maybe when we're
Let's have it.
bathing or something, like in the washroom.
You get it?
Yeah, like private
Hey.
conversations we had about ourselves.
Hi, everyone.
I'm Dessy,
And I'm Nadia Queen.
and welcome to 3Xtra Unwrapped.
Well, let's get right into it.
All right, babe. Let me start.
Okay.
Let's see what we have here. What expectations did you have about finding love in the show, and how did reality differ?
Honestly, I didn't have any expectations at all. Coming into the house, it was more like I'm just coming to see what's gonna happen, and then if I find love, I find love. So yeah, that was it for me. It wasn't like something that I really thought about. Yeah.
So with me, I came to find love, but before I came, I didn't think that I was going to fall in love 10 weeks into the house. But reality dawned on me, like being in a house without the outside world, being in a space with someone that you see every day will make you fall in love with that person.
Honestly.
It's your turn.
Okay. To your partner, what's your favorite memory of us that fans might not have seen much? Favorite memory? Do you want to start?
No, you start.
Okay. That people might not have seen.
I think, let me start. Maybe certain conversations that we may have had about ourselves.
Yeah.
Like maybe when we're bathing or something, like in the washroom. Yeah, like private conversations we had about ourselves. Yeah, that maybe fans may not have heard. Yeah,
Okay.
And you continue.
For me, I would say most of our conversations that we had at the couch, the gym area. yeah, and like the time we spent there, I think that's
Yeah, the gym area, that couch was my favorite spot.
Yeah, so
was
I
not
think
like the
we
living room or
usually do
anything.
that to like just get into a hiding spot and talk and yeah. Okay.
That's my turn.
Yes.
Let's see. I am always hungry. I must always feed. The finger I touch will soon turn red. What am I?
I am always hungry. I must always be fed. The finger I touch will soon turn red. Hey, babes, do you know it?
No.
What's in my head is naughty, so I don't think that's it.
Listen.
I don't think it is that.
No idea.
We don't have any idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, my turn. This one is your question. Which Ghanaian river is the longest? What Ghanaian river is the longest?
River Volta.
Okay.
Yeah, but the length, we are not sure.
Yeah. River Volta.
That's my turn. Okay. Let's see what we have here. What can travel around the world while staying in a corner? Lights. No lights. The sun.
Sound. Your brain. What can travel around the world while staying in a corner?
Video waves.
Me, I'm thinking like, you know, our mind travels far. Like that's what like I'm thinking. Like, but it's a like a particular motion, but then it travels far. But then I don't think that's the answer. That's the closest I have in mind. Well.
Let's move on.
I think that question we had it in Big Mama's house.
Yeah, I don't remember.
What's something about your personality that the house brought out that you didn't expect?
About my personality that the house brought out, I didn't expect. maybe the fun aspect of me. Also, okay, I was always fun. Maybe I'm reserved always, but like how open I am about my feelings or like saying something that's on my mind. Yeah, some parts of me like they have been big on this house, but that I didn't think it was going to do.
I would say my reserved nature. Yeah, because I'm very bubbly around the people. Like, I feel comfortable with.
Let's see. Before or after? So both before and after the house. How was leaving Big Mama's house change your view on relationship or self-growth?
Okay. So I believe for me, Big Mama's house taught me a lot about relationships, and it will bring a side of you never knew existed, because I didn't know I could be that vulnerable. I didn't know I could, like, things could get to me, like, in a relationship like that. Like, I could be that like vulnerable. That's it. So I think Big Mama's house brought that side out of me, because I remember I used to cry a lot in this morning. Yeah, that part. And how has it changed my view on relationships? I believe within the space of 10 weeks, it has taught us growth. It has taught us how to live with your partner, and then how to be able to condone certain behaviors and then change certain things about yourself. Not change per se, but then be able to compromise. Yeah, that's the word, compromise. So I think it has taught me that. I don't think the outside world would have taught me that.
Yeah. And I think one thing I want to add that Big Mama's house has taught me about relationship is that it teaches you how to hold your relationship, because in the outside world, let's say with different personalities, if one thing goes wrong, you be like, then I'm done. But Big Mama's house teaches you how to like you talk about your feelings, you say this, it doesn't work, this argument happened, you work on how like you want to like come back together, because like that's the only person you have a bond with and like you love in the house. So like you always work to try and come back together.
And you're seeing the person every single time. So
it teaches you how to make a relationship long lasting.
Okay. Okay. What do we have here? Riddle. What has a head, a tail, is brown, and has no legs? A head, a tail, brown, and has no legs.
The queen.
Wait, and they've written into brackets penny or coin, so it means the answer is between the two. What has a head, a tail, is brown, and has no legs?
A penny.
Babes. Make up your mind.
Yeah, a penny. Coin are mostly.
Yeah, definitely a penny. A penny has.
No.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry. Was a vulnerable moment in the house where you felt truly seen by your partner?
Should I start?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think for me, my most vulnerable moment in the house, I have two actually. I think that kick-started like you deepened that relationship. After that Tuesday diary session, and I came to crying. And then I think when you made breakfast for me, yes, I was so like, it really touched my heart, because as I said, I've never experienced that before. Like, that was my first like breakfast in bed I've received from like somebody, so it was intentional. And I was like, oh my God, like, you actually pay attention to the little things, you actually pay attention to like everything I say. So
with me, I have to think about the vulnerable moment, but at times, like in most situations, I felt seen like by you, Nadia Queen, in the house, like during little situations. So no, I won't say vulnerable moment, but like during little situations or like little circumstances that come out where like I knew that like I was seen by you.
Next question. How are you keeping the connection strong now that the cameras are off? You wanna start?
Yeah, I think I have those first. So now there's no like camera pressure that like maybe you can't see certain things. Like it's like we say everything freely to ourselves. We are learning, we are spending more time together. There's no like maybe games aside. This week has been stressful for us because of like the media rounds, but like we are in the same space, so we are still like talking, making plans together, deepening like the bond that we have with each other, getting to know more about our families and everything about us. Yeah.
So I think now that we're outside of the house, we get to like be able to do things together that we left. So like maybe for example bowling, swimming, like activities we love to do together. So I feel like that strengthens the bond. And then communication wise, we get to talk a lot, spend more time together. Yeah. Because in Big Mama's house, you will spend more time together, but then with us, we never left the big bedroom, so we never had a private moment. So I think now
and there
that
are things
we're
that
out,
maybe you want to say to your partner that like if others are there, like you wouldn't have, you wouldn't feel free to say it. But now that we are in our own space, there's no cameras, like we are just free. Let me take the next question. So, what's one dream or goal you have that you hope we support each other in achieving?
Okay, should I start?
Yeah.
I would love, that's like one of my, I think I've told you several times, to have like a beauty empire where there's a spa going. I mentioned like it's a one-stop beauty shop where you can get your nails done, your hair done, your lashes done, because I'm into the beauty industry, and I would love like for that dream of mine to come to pass where I'm able to get people to feel themselves and like feel happy after they're done with their hair, their beauty maintenance and all of that. And then I would also love to like explore the world with you.
Thank you. So I also want to like build more business or like business wise, like we will be growing together. And one major dream of mine is preventive healthcare. So anything preventing people from getting diseases, health talks, education, free health screenings, giving people numbers available for them to reach out if they are sick. That's my main goal for now.
We love that. We love to hear it.
Yeah.
Yakubu, manage! Okay. So if we disagree strongly on something important, how would you want us to resolve it? I think the word is that simple. In one way or the other, we wouldn't always think alike. So definitely
Who is the famous Ghanaian
Can we come back to the question? I know this. It's just skipping my brain. I think there's one more question here. What's one new tradition or activity you want to start as a couple push show? Start.
Outings like going out together, going on trips together, going to restaurants together, going for games together, everything about that like together. Yeah.
Okay. So for me, I love visiting and exploring new places. So I love to do that, like going to restaurants together, going like different places, different locations together, like bonding, spending quality time. Monaco.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the question.
The king of high life.
Yes. Yes. I think it's our late Daddy Lumba. Yeah. Oh.
The person did I've forgotten the name of the art, but he did a box. Yeah, sometime we could drag him.
Did a boxer.
Knock up, knock up, no, the other one. I've forgotten his name.
King of High Life. I think we're just gonna skip
We'll
that
do it.
question.
We'll go and check on it later.
We're going to
Yeah.
learn. So this is the end of our session of 3Xtra Unwrapped. I hope you guys enjoyed this session, and you can follow us on our socials. Babe, you wanna start?
So on Instagram, lie.desmond.
And for me, everywhere at its_Nadia Queen. ITS_Nadia Queen. Hope you enjoyed the session of 3Xtra Unwrapped with Dessy and Nadia. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.